Welcome to chapter 3 of this course, JavaScript for Beginners, where we are going to now spend this chapter learning about functions in JavaScript. So a function is basically a piece of code that runs when a user does something on a page. So for example, I've gone to Spotify, the music streaming service. If someone was to click on log in and they're already a user, by clicking on that, it's going to bring them to their login page. And there's various different choices. So for example, you can continue with Google, Facebook, Apple, or you can enter your username, email, password, and then click on login. Okay, so if hypothetically someone is signed up to Spotify already, so you already got to be thinking about that logic. You know, if someone is signed in and if they enter the correct password. So we've already seen decision making and control flow in the last chapter. But say they are signed up, they do have the correct password, and they press a button, log in, Spotify can run some code, i.e. a function, that logs the user in. Now, Spotify are not going to write a piece of code for me, Darrell O'Neill, to log in, just me, and then a piece of code, for you to log in, just you. No, what they're going to do is they're going to write a piece of code that can be reused for every user. So if I forget my password, if I'm a user, or you forget your password, there's some sort of function that is called or runs when a user presses on a button. So there's obviously different types of functions that Spotify have written because, for example, there's this option here to sign up for Spotify. So maybe if a user presses that button, it runs a function to bring them up to a sign up page. There's probably another function here, well there is a function of course, for the login button and another one for the forgot your password. Okay, so we're going to be learning about functions in JavaScript in this course. If I click on sign up for Spotify, there's obviously some sort of function that's after running that has now brought me to this new page. It's saying, looks like you're in Canada, you need to sign up to that one. I actually am in Canada, I'm traveling right now. Okay, great. So guys, that is a function in JavaScript. Basically what a function is it is a reusable piece of code. If a user does something, i.e. presses on a button, you can run a function. So in the next tutorial, we'll start talking about the syntax of a function, how you can create a function name, the keyword function in JavaScript, the structure, so parentheses, and the code block and all of that. So I'll see you in the next tutorial where we will start now actually writing some code, learning about basic functions. We're going to have to cover all the basics. Obviously, we have to walk before we run. So we're not going to straight away be writing very complicated functions that signs up a user, gets their details and sends it off to a database. We'd have to learn about asynchronous code or asynchronous JavaScript and talking to APIs, which we will be discussing later on in this course. But for now, we're going to focus on the very basics, the building blocks of functions, and we'll build our knowledge from there. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.